Welcome back to Sports with a Side of Beer. This is Alpha, aka the Human Sports Almanac. We're here with Mark, aka America's Teddy Bear, and Eddie K, aka that effing dude. How are you, gentlemen?
What's up?
Hey,
Chilling and
guys.
shit.
Hey. How are we doing today?
Beautiful,
Feels
beautiful.
good to be in an actual room this time around.
Doing better than Mark Jackson.
Oh my lord.
I like the remote. You don't like working remotely, Mark?
That's how Mark Jackson got work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He got to do his Knicks coverage on his little screen like us. They said they wouldn't let him on the train or the bus or the plane or none shit.
Well, we wanted to get we just wanted to segue into that, but I guess we're gonna get right to it. So yeah.
All I want to know is why the fuck niggas doing Mark Jackson so dirty.
Bro.
And then when I read the article, it's a whole ass reason.
It's pretty bad. I mean, and it's not even that it's this time. It's a constant thing. Mark Jackson continues to get done dirty.
My whole NBA, like a nigga that need to count his millions and go chill.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to.
Mark Jackson just need to leave the NBA alone. He looked like he probably did good with his money. Just go ahead and enjoy your money and your family. Stop fucking stressing yourself out with these bitch ass niggas in the NBA, Mark Jackson. These bitch ass niggas don't appreciate you like they should. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Why you got that big ass light right here? Turn this way.
All right.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Now, when I heard about this, I think this was like about 2 weeks ago or something like that. Stephen A. Smith was talking about it on his channel, on his YouTube platform. And on his YouTube platform, he was getting into he wasn't saying any names, but he was alluding about him knowing who is actually blackballing him. That's the thing. So apparently there's somebody out there that's actively just going around and screwing him over any kind of way. And he has a consistent enemy, an adversary that's keeping him from getting jobs and whatnot. That's according to Stephen A. Smith. Like he goes into depth. And
would it be the guy? Would it be the guy who's like one of the like assistant coaches for the Knicks? And that Mark Jackson didn't like that nigga because he fired that nigga because he was like recording player conversations and shit like that without niggas knowing this shit. Because the article that Alpha put in the motherfucking group chat named that bitch ass nigga by name. And the Knicks picked that faggot ass coach nigga and were like, yeah, fuck you, Mark Jackson. You just a teleanalyst anyway. Go suck a dick. Like,
courtesy of the New York Post. Yeah,
that just also reflects. That goes to show you how shitty James Dolan bitch ass is and the fucking Knicks franchise and shit, right? Because them bitch ass niggas have a history of disrespecting Knicks greats. Like, look at how Charles Oakley did. This faggot ass nigga Nolan had this nigga put out the motherfucking the MSG.
Charles
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's when you're throwing Charles Oakley under the bus. That man gave his all for that franchise.
That's Oak, bro. That's Oak. Like, you don't play with Oak like that. And now they're going to do Mark Jackson like that. Not only did y'all draft Mark Jackson, y'all traded back for him towards the end of his career. And if y'all gave Mark Jackson a job, he probably had the Knicks playing even better basketball than they already playing.
Well, he's a New York guy, too. I mean, he's a classic New York point guard. My man went to St. John's. Like, he's as much a New York point guard as you're ever gonna get. I don't remember.
He got more history in New York. He grew up in New York. He got more history in New York than anybody that has anything to do with the Knicks franchise as of now.
It's a nasty story. It was the New York Post.
That's not the way. That's not the way niggas should be doing Mark Jackson. That's some hoe shit. And the NBA on some hoe shit, and I get to say it. Fuck the NBA on that hoe shit, cause y'all bitch ass niggas been good to let Mark Jackson coach somebody. Like we gave motherfucking We gave a lineage kid a coaching spot at the Wizards. We gave a lineage kid a coaching spot at the Wizards. You think Mark Jackson would have that team running? And he'd have had a player in Curry like Jordan Poole. You see what I'm saying? He could have worked Jordan Poole, probably had that team straight and had that team playing defense. But niggas don't want to fuck with Mark Jackson because, you know, this nigga real devout in his faith. And,
Well,
you know, he bring his faith to the table when he coach.
Mark, you talked about it being some higher up. Do you think it's somebody in like the league offices that's like holding him back? Because
No,
Ed
I
mentioned
think
earlier about the guy, the assistant. We got was it Darren Erman, who was former assistant and now, and then Mark fired him because he was videotaping him. But do you think it's somebody higher up in the league offices, Mark?
I mean, no, pretty much what Ed is covering is that he's Ed was right about his coach. I think like it's not that there's any powers that be that's up higher than him that's actually doing all that's leading the way in this, but because of nepotism, so to speak, I think people are well connected and that's what's going on, and they're using their power and prestige to basically just keep people away from opportunities. I'm going to go the alleged path, but no, Mark Jackson has definitely been screwed over because if it wasn't for Mark Jackson, heck, I mean, we wouldn't even have the dynasty from the Warriors right now. Like,
Pretty much.
I mean, like I'm not going to go into details about players or anything, but because of Mark Jackson, there were a lot of changes that happened that allowed
I feel like they could have got
Warriors
Mark
to even
Jackson just like
have
they did with Steve Kerr.
that. Yeah.
Might have
So,
got five from Mark.
Say again, Ed.
I said, I feel like, my bad, I was over here eating, scraping my food. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, them niggas could have got the same 4 rings they got with Steve Kerr with Mark Jackson, if not 5.
we're not going to start. I don't want
Because
to start
Mark
that
would have had him
argument.
playing even better
No,
defense.
I'm not going to start that argument. No.
That's a weird one. That's a weird one because, as you said, it's we can all agree he's the one who built. He put the foundation in place.
Yes, he did.
And his firing, I don't know if you can say it was justified, but
it was not justified.
It was not just no. It was not justified.
Yeah,
it was not justified.
But
and
I don't
the fact
know
that them
if
niggas won with a rookie head coach makes it
Huh?
that less justified because that bitch ass nigga. I ain't gonna shit on Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr not a bitch ass nigga, right? That bitch ass nigga Joe LaCobe. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say that fuck nigga name right, Joe LaCobe, because that's the same bitch ass nigga that assaulted KD at a motherfucker a little press conference after that nigga helped them win like what their second championship with him.
yeah, they did
KD's responsible. KD's responsible for 2 out of the fucking 4 championships. Hence why I say them niggas would have won 4 fucking championships. Bitches would have got 2 with KD.
listen. I'm
Would
not
have
gonna
got
say that,
5.
Mark.
Would have got 5 because KD wouldn't have been in that motherfucker. He wouldn't have got injured. Probably would have beat Kawhi them.
They might have beat
You
Kawhi
know
with
what I'm
Clay.
saying?
Clay
Like,
hadn't been hurt.
you see what I'm saying?
No,
Exactly.
that's
It's like
not how that
niggas be on some other shit doing Mark. Nah, cause Joe LaCobe bitch ass got a problem with Mark Jackson because Mark Jackson was like, nigga, I'm gonna say what the fuck I want, do what I want with the team. You not gonna tell me I can't hold prayer meetings and shit like that. And now he ain't make them mandatory. He ain't make them mandatory. He had that shit for whoever wanted to join in. Niggas want to join, they join in. They didn't have to do that shit.
Mark,
But he
you don't
helped
think they
build
would have? You don't
men.
think they would have beat the Raptors?
He ain't just make a great team. He helped build men.
Hold on. All right. All right.
Hey, none of them Warriors never said nothing bad about Mark Jackson.
Hold up.
Pay attention to that.
So
not even Draymond, the most outspoken one, has said nothing bad about Mark Jackson.
All right. So
and he won't either.
Hold on.
Cause Draymond real like that. He fought with Mark Jackson. He might not speak on that shit because he still won his rings with Steve Kerr. You know, Draymond soldier. But you know Draymond fuck with Mark Jackson. He ain't never said shit bad about him, and he's had multiple opportunities to say something. Stephen Clay had multiple times to throw this nigga under the bus. Class or not, that nigga ain't give nobody no reason to. Them bitch-ass Warriors organization ain't gave nobody a good reason. That's why this nigga got fired yet.
Go ahead, Mark.
All right. So, no, what I was saying about the whole Raptors thing, only thing I with you, Alpha, I disagree with is if they had Clay, they would have won. When games prior, when they had Clay for 3 out of those 4 games prior, and they were still whooping them. KD was that ultimate reason that I believe that they would have won.
Toronto
Because even when Clay was in the lineup, they were just like that. That Raptors team was, you know, that was a legit team.
Oh,
but
of course.
In terms of Ed, I'm not sure if Mark Jackson would have won. I'm not saying he wouldn't have, but you can't say it, right? He's literally when
I think Mark Jackson would have had a defensive answer for Fred VanVleet because Fred VanVleet was an X factor that nobody accounted for in that series.
Okay, but let me hold on.
When that nigga started to heating up, took some pressure off Kawhi.
Hold on, Ed.
Now you can't double team that nigga because Fred over there talking about.
Ed, hold on. What I'm saying
that
is
championship got Fred VanVleet the contract that he got with the Rockets now.
All right, can I speak? Okay. So basically, what I'm saying is that the coaching philosophy had changed. That there was a difference between the way that Mark Jackson coached and Steve Kerr. They passed the ball more like the Spurs. Not saying they didn't do that, but their play styles were clearly different, and they definitely emphasized more on spreading the ball a lot more. Even though like Mark Jackson brought in Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, it was just the way that they were playing. They were playing the way that the Spurs were playing prior to whenever the Spurs were basically going up against the Miami Heat. You know how they were just passing the ball all over the place, and you had shooters everywhere. And with that Spurs team that was going up against Miami. So whatever I guess the Popovich type of tutelage, Steve Kerr brought that to the Golden State Warriors. And we saw, we saw a lot of that. We saw a lot of that, pass the ball first, pick and rolls and whatnot. That was all, Steve Kerr philosophy and coaching. Whereas Mark Jackson,
I feel like that's a cop out because Draymond Green was the point guard of that offense the year before.
Yeah, but I'm saying
before they got Steve Kerr, Draymond was already running the offense.
Yes, but I'm saying is,
and they were like one of the league leaders in scoring and fast points probably that year. They had to be at least top 10, top 5. But they was a running gun squad. The fact that
I'm just only referring to results. Ed, whenever I saw that team play in comparison to whenever they was playing with Mark Jackson, they were still competitive. They were still good when Mark Jackson was coaching. I'm not questioning Mark Jackson's ability to build a team. I'm just saying I'm not sure if his coaching style would have led them to the championship.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right?
I think the main key behind it all is the fact that Mark didn't get enough of the opportunity to do it. I think that's what it all comes back to.
Yeah, that's what he deserved. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
You can argue some Steve Kerr already won the rings. He's already won the rings, but Steve Kerr's already won the rings. Who knows if Mark would have gotten more? Who knows if he would have gotten less? But the key is he never got the chance to do that. And he said he moved on. He did his broadcasting thing. That's all fine and dandy. But that man should have a coaching job in the NBA. Let's be frank. He should have a coaching job.
He should. And that's why I wanted to bring this up, because I'm like, yo,
you can't name me 15 coaches in the NBA better than Mark Jackson.
Yeah, like why aren't we, like, if we're talking about franchises that need to build from scratch, Mark Jackson, to me, clearly is that type of coach where, yo, I need you to go pick out the talent and change the culture. But
teams that
another
could use
thing,
Mark
I will
Jackson.
say this is what they complain about him is like, Mark Jackson, because he wants to do things his own way, it doesn't justify him not having a job. Is that, if you have a certain type of GM that wants to run the team a certain way, well, you ain't gonna do that with Mark Jackson, because Mark Jackson's gonna say, listen, I'm running things here. You hired me to coach and to get all the talent and put all the staff together, then let me do my job. So if there's a certain, and then if you have certain type of personalities that can't gel with his personality, even though players loved him. Players loved him, like Ed said. So because of that, yeah, you got to there's no reason for him not to have a job at all.
But he can't. I mean, it's one even thing. I mean, you can't even get this guy to call like a couple of games for MSG Network. I mean, that's bad. Like it's fallen so far. It's one thing. I mean, the ESPN thing. What's that?
You know who else they doing dirty right now? While we think about it, can you tell me where Monty Williams works at right now?
I cannot.
How come Monty Williams and Mark Jackson don't have no jobs? I would challenge anybody to name me 15 coaches better than Mark Jackson and motherfucking hold up, and Monty Williams, right? Because and we're gonna base this off of not just what they do on the floor, but the way they cultivate men, motivate men, and get men to move too. Because for real, Ayton was a problem. He wasn't like motherfucking Monty Williams couldn't reach him. Ayton was just a problem.
That's a lot of guys.
That nigga got traded too, right? You know what I'm saying? But motherfucking what are the Suns doing now? They're not doing that much better.
Well, the Beal trade wasn't. That's been a big
factor. And guess what? Monty Williams wasn't signed off on that neither.
Yeah.
And that's why HBO wanted him up out there.
All right, let's see. We got Popovich. That's one. Trying to roll through the NBA coaches. We have a laptop when we do this. Popovich.
Mike Brown, maybe.
Mike Brown, maybe Spo, but barely.
Spo. We'll go Spo.
I'll go Spo.
That's 3.
Well, you got to give it to Kirk because of the rings, I feel like.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so Steve Kerr.
We'll include anybody that's got rings, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to have to be. But other than that, Nick Nurse?
Nick Nurse has a ring.
Yeah. So any of the ring guys, yeah, if they got a ring, they
who knows who has a ring. Vogel shouldn't count, even though he has a ring.
What about Ty Lue?
Ty Lue counts.
Okay, so we're going Ty Lue in there.
We still ain't got the 10 though.
We're at 8 right now. I think we're at 8 dudes. There's not a lot. Like I said, there's not a lot of guys.
I'm not gonna say the Grizzlies coach is a better coach, because what the fuck are you doing without Ja this year? You still got the rest of that team. You had the same core you had, and you ain't have Ja half of last year. What the fuck so different now?
It's like
you see what I'm saying?
Like you alluded earlier, I'd love to have him on the Wizards right now. We could use Mark Jackson.
All I'm gonna say is this: you see how long it took us to think of motherfuckers that's better than them two? Let's think of teams that can use either of those two.
Dude, they're about 20.
We got the Wizards. We got the Wizards.
Use them right now.
We got the Wizards. We got the Nets.
Yep.
We got the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? The Jazz could use a little help out west.
I wonder what this Pacers.
I
wonder what the Pacers team would look like with one of these guys at the helm. They're talented.
Because they're killing shit right now. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like, I wonder what the Suns would look like if they still had Monty Williams at the helm.
I wonder that team.
Minus Ayton. Keep Monty Williams.
That's an interesting look. He said that's a different team, especially because they're doing stuff. Their role players are figuring out a way, but it's still not the finished product that it should be.
Oh yeah, Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah. Charlotte can use a lot of Charlotte can use a lot of people right now.
I'm just saying, like, who else? Detroit.
Yep. Maybe Atlanta.
Atlanta, definitely.
Yep.
Utah could use either one of them niggas because, like, they're actually a pretty talented team.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's shocking.
Like,
But
Memphis could use one of them.
and
You
you
see what
alerted.
I'm saying? And now
Yeah.
let's look at all the teams that got good coaches, right? Now, you substitute one of these coaches for one of them coaches, do the teams get worse? Or do they stay the same or possibly get better?
It depends with Mark. With Monty, I think they always get better. With Mark, he's got to have the right group of guys sometimes. He said he's a tough dude.
All right, let's say Mark Jackson, Joe Mazzulla.
Oh,
You
that's a much
think
better.
Mark Jackson? I feel like Mark Jackson do the same shit Mazzulla did, only they won.
I feel that's unfair to Joe Mazzulla. Might be the. I mean, he was rough last year. I mean, I guess he's gotten a little bit better with just having a year under his belt. But you can replace Joe Mazzulla with a lot. I mean, most dudes you can replace with Joe Mazzulla. He just doesn't. I mean, he's just so. What is the word? He hasn't been around a lot. You know, he's still new with everything. So Joe Mazzulla definitely.
I'm just saying the Rockets couldn't use motherfucking Mark Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah. But I said a lot of teams could use him. But as you said, to get whether they're better or worse, I think sometimes it all depends on situation, especially with the NBA. A lot of it depends on situations. You know, even with players, they're not in the right situation. Whether it be the coach doesn't fit the player, the players don't fit the coach, vice versa. It can go sour so many ways. But
Cleveland looked like a situation. Cleveland looked like a situation even them coaches could flourish with.
Yeah, yeah. And defense,
like,
with Mark Jackson and his
pedigree. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just thinking of so much shit that works for them.
Did y'all name
like, no bullshit. No bullshit. You give Mark Jackson the nuggets that this nigga Mark Malone got.
Hey,
or Mike
did y'all name
Malone,
the Bulls? Did y'all name
I
the
feel
Kings?
like them nuggets and Mark Jackson can still win the ring.
We didn't get the Bulls in either.
Bulls could definitely use Mark Jackson or Monty.
Who else, Mark?
The Kings.
The Kings got Mike Brown.
Yeah, the Kings are,
and they're doing pretty good.
He's got a throne, he's got a crown and everything. I think he's doing just.
I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, Mike Brown showing ass this year and last year. The Thunder. The only reason I didn't say the Thunder is because them niggas are number 2 this year. All of a sudden.
Oh yeah, I would.
You saw the Mike Brown stat where he's top 10 in win percentage in NBA history.
He is. He's like number 4.
That's ridiculous. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't shit on this nigga Brown, dog. We gotta get that nigga his due.
Finds a way, but as you said earlier,
look like a motherfucker. But then again, I feel like he be intimidating his players because that nigga a Ninja Turtle on the low.
which Ninja Turtle is he Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo? Is he Mike? He's not Michelangelo.
No. He's Raphael pretending to be Donatello.
That's what the glasses come in.
Yep. But he big as a motherfucker. That nigga be karate kicking the shit out of niggas. You better play right, motherfucker. And kicking their ass right.
This brings up another great point. There's an absurd amount of dudes out here that kind of look like turtles. Kylian Mbappe, French soccer player, he looks like a turtle. There's a lot of turtle-looking motherfuckers out here.
That nigga Jadakiss look like a turtle.
Yeah. Oh man, he really looks like a turtle.
Who the fuck else look like a turtle? Al Harrington used to look like a turtle.
Mike Jones. Who? He looks like a turtle too. We haven't seen him in a bit, but he's probably in the sewer right now.
Yeah, no bullshit. He would have been a purple turtle. He would have been purple giant. Who else?
A lot of dudes who look like turtles out here.
Who look like a turtle? Who else look like a motherfucking turtle? Sam Cassell kind of looked like a bit of a turtle, but he looked more like an alien.
He's definitely in it. Him and Victor came down. He came down on the same spaceship Victor did, Mr. Wembanyama.
Wembanyama?
Sam Cassell is an alien. Have you ever seen him in person, Ed?
I don't think so.
I caught him one year at a Maryland game when his kid was thinking about coming up here. And
Yeah.
even from about 5 rows away, it's like jarring. It was like, look at it. It's like I wanted to go up and like poke it. Sam Cassell is all kinds of an alien.
He's stupid shit. That's not good. Can't be dropped back. All right. You
Mark,
said that nigga Sam like an alien.
Mark, I wanted to get your one thing Ed brought up real quick. Mark, I wanted to get your opinion on one thing. Because Ed brought up a great point that the Knicks are just dirty to all their players and former guys. What is going on up? You're from that side of town. What's going on up there, man? I know you're a Lakers guy, but do you have any insight on just why the Knicks are just? I mean, we all know Dolan's a piece of shit, but what's going on, man? Like, why do they just continue just to shit on their past diamonds?
All right.
That's why them niggas don't win
First
nothing
of all,
now.
I would like to say 10 minutes. 10 more. We got 10 minutes for the meeting. But well,
Can't put it down.
But it's like basically
Right, you even say that and just answer the question, dickhead.
But anywho, no, all of that has everything to do with ownership. Like, regardless of what you want to think about the curse of the Knicks or anything like that, it's just if you have bad ownership, they run things badly.
What's the curse?
Huh?
Niggas just. I feel like they curse
anytime you have
players dirty. They're not gonna win until they start
a lot and that has a lot of dysfunctionalities. There's always like this curse that each franchise always feel that they have. So you can
they gotta let Charles Oakley back in the building. They gotta give Mark Jackson his job back. They gotta give Patrick Ewing an assistant coach position. They got hire Latrell Sprewell on the training staff. And Allen Houston should be at least a shooting coach.
I was waiting for the Allen Houston. It's all jobs for all former Knicks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why Chris Childs and Charlie Ward ain't in that motherfucker, like, assistant coaching in the huddle? Like, or some shit. Like, just do the players right, you bitch-ass niggas. I just want to present something, though, since I'm the only nigga that doesn't have any sports shit on. Why we talk about basketball? Well, I'm talking about basketball with a nigga that got on a baseball hoodie and a nigga that got his titty showing with an ugly ass Giant shirt. Oh, you just want to wear the Wizards like on the low.
I got the Wizards. The coach is here too. He's doing interviews. He's doing interviews.
I like to replace that nigga with Mark Jackson. Don't show me that nigga. Why? Because he can't seem to get this team to play winning basketball to save his life. And Jordan Poole is out here talking about, relax, it's my team. And you ain't cussed this bitch ass nigga out yet. Like, you ain't benched this fuck nigga. This nigga only making 16 points a game. He's benchable. He's benchable. Bench that fuck nigga and tell him stop acting like a little bitch because you have no problem paying him to sit on the bench. Make a statement or something because them niggas ain't playing no kind of defense. Like, we're not doing shit like we used to do when Eddie Jordan was the coach. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, give me Mark Jackson or Monty Williams or give me nothing. Okay?
Now Mark needs something, man. We gotta start a fund.
Hey, this nigga Mark Jackson, his motherfucking money.
We need to save Mark Jackson. He needs, I don't know, maybe he needs to change sports. Maybe get him into another league.
We need to save Mark's t-shirt.
That should be a cool shirt.
Mark's got a nice t-shirt, but it's ugly because it represents the Giants.
Of course, the haters are gonna hate on the Giants on the man boobs, but okay.
Why would I will hate on the man boobs because my man boobs are nowhere near as voluptuous as yours. But why would I hate on the Giants because they're a sucky squad. Why would I hate on a team that my team beat in the Super Bowl? Handily,
well,
without a quarterback.
It was one. There was
And,
one Super Bowl.
no
Ed. There
offense,
was one Super Bowl.
over,
Ed,
but
okay.
you weren't a quarterback until you retired.
Listen.
Just saying. All right. Anyway.
First of
Speaking
all,
of bad ownership, though, Mark,
first of all, hey,
you mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. Are you happy with the Giants' ownership right now?
This is not what this video is about. We're not.
He shouldn't be happy with them niggas at all, because them bitches should have paid Saquon.
It's New York area, Mark. We're talking New York. We're talking New York Knicks.
That's why y'all niggas losing now, because y'all won't pay Saquon. See, New York teams do the players dirty, and that's why they suck.
I think there's just
look what happened to the Brooklyn Nets. They was about to win a championship till niggas want to start shitting on Kyrie about the vaccine. All of a sudden, they whole shit went down the tubes. Then this bitch ass nigga Harden left, because you know Harden jumped ship on your ass quick. Because if he don't like something, he gone.
Mark,
that nigga act like a bad light skinned bitch. If he don't like it, he's out.
Hair flicking everything. But
bitch, what? That beard will slap you in your face on the way out.
Well, that does bring a decent point. Like New York teams, we got Giants Super Bowls in I think 2012, correct, Mark? And then 2008. We have no Knicks championship since the 70s. Of course, the Yankees carried the flag big time.
No championship since like 69.
The Jets, yeah.
No Rangers championship since the 90s.
The Mets last won in 86, Rangers 94. What's going on with the city, Mark?
Not too long ago.
What's going on with the Big Apple?
I guess the same thing that's been happening to the Washington football team and the Washington's basketball team. And you
can't
know,
say the hockey
when
team,
was the last time
that
Baltimore won a Super Bowl?
Won one recently.
The year after
can't say
the
women's
Giants
basketball team, because they won one too, didn't they?
Whoa.
So within this like last 5 years, within the last 5 years, Washington's won a baseball championship, a women's basketball championship, and a hockey championship.
What is it? New York's last one's Giants, and then the Yankees carried the flag for a while. The Yankees just kind of dominated the 90s. Their last title was 09.
Won so much they don't really have to win to still be considered great, and yet they're still close. They be getting close. They're the most competitive team in New York right now. The Yankees are. The Mets ain't bad neither.
Well,
yeah, the Mets went to a World Series.
Hold on, people. Let's get this clear.
The Islanders fan.
I'm not a New York fan, but the thing is,
then why do you have NY across those beautiful man tits?
I feel so molested in this podcast right now, but anyway,
as you should.
But anywho, I mean, because the New York Giants, unfortunately for you guys, play in New Jersey. And fortunate for me, they play in New Jersey. So
the fucking Jets, does that matter? You pick the Giants
over the Jets don't exist. That they don't exist.
Wait, before we get off, Mark, what made you pick Giants over Jets? I want to hear this one. What made you pick Giants over Jets, Mark?
Wow, you already know why the Giants over Jets. We don't need to. We already understand the history of the Giants.
What made you pick them?
One, my dad is a Giants fan. Now he is a Knicks fan, but I ain't buying the Knicks. But
I ain't buying in the Knicks. He's stupid.
So, no, we ain't doing that. And he also wants. I think but I'm not gonna rag on my dad. But no, his favorite team was the Giants, and that's all I saw was the Giants logo all over the house whenever I went to Dad's house or whenever I was living with him. And it stuck with me. But once I learned about my team, the Giants are a staple of the NFL. So they have history. They have multiple championships in different eras. We lost way more championships than we've ever won, but we mean something to this league. It's my favorite team. The Giants is not like, you know, that other team that just wants to just freeload in the city. But, you know.
I feel like they do too because they suck as well, but okay.
No, they're not. There's no comparison with the history.
I feel like
There's
they
no
just suck
comparison
a little bit less than
the
the
only
Jets.
thing that the Jets will have that is very, very commendable is being the first AFL team to win a Super Bowl.
Name his famous call is guarantee in '67.
But other than that, like no,
that's the almanac shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but you know, other teams, you know, like they know we're the doo-doo. So.
Yeah, yeah. I just think you like the way your tits look better in blue and red as compared to green. I don't like your tits.
The only reason why I am not commenting on the hairline because you're cutting my hair. Other than that,